Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the month of August 2024. First card out for you is the Hanged Man in reverse. There could be a sense of just absolutely waiting for some sort of result to come in, waiting for some sort of good news, positive energy. So we're going to get more clarity on this with the tarot. I just want to see why this is your major arcana card representing the month of August. But before we do that, your overall spiritual theme and lesson of this month is the rainbow, which is extremely positive. This shows some sort of transition in your life that is going to lead you towards easier times ahead. You're not quite through the challenges or difficulties just yet, so keep doing what you're doing to get to where you want to be, but this is promising you some good results if you keep taking aligned, inspired action towards that which you want to achieve. So this is great news. This is absolutely great news. I think the message here is to not just wait for some sort of grand divine intervention and change in circumstance. Like, keep working hard towards what you want to manifest, instead of like working hard by trying to manifest it and thinking about it, visualizing it, getting yourself into that feeling. What sort of physical steps can you take? What sort of actions, like in the physical realm, can you take to keep bringing yourself closer to where you want to be? If you keep taking those steps, I promise you, there is going to be some really great circumstances and developments that happen for you this month with that rainbow card coming out. And then we have nature and rainbow, so beautiful. A lot of you are probably going to be vacationing or spending some sort of time in a very tranquil, beautiful nature spot this month at some point, which is incredible. And maybe some of you are just trying to connect with nature more, whether that's through gardening, healthy eating, going out, taking walks through the woods or down the beach or the riverside or whatever it is that's near you, the desert. I see you connecting with that a lot more this month. This is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some more quality time outdoors, which is very beautiful. Half of us are in the midst of summer, the other half of us are in the midst of winter, and both of these seasons have something beautiful to offer us. So this is definitely a time to go out and let it replenish your soul, revitalize your health. There's nothing healthier than like a nice walk in the sunlight. Honestly, it does so much for our physical health as well as our mental health. And I think it's a very underutilized thing. We look online and there's all of these messages that are like, oh, this is healthy, this isn't healthy. And it changes like every 10 seconds, like, oh, leafy greens are in, and now it's, no, you have to cook your greens. And now it's, whatever. It's always changing. The healthy fad is always changing. But there are some staples that always remain consistent, having 2 to 3 meals a day, minimal snacking in between, intermittent fasting, taking a walk in the sunlight. These simple things, drinking water, these simple things, getting enough sleep, they never change because they are staples. These are things that are proven time and time again. There's no changing it. Us as humans, we need these things. And it has been proven time and time again that living a life close to nature is so vital for existence as humans. And with world religion in particular, I feel like a lot of those teachings have people viewing themselves as separate than nature or above nature, when in reality, we're all animals. Like, literally, humans are animals. Humans are no better or worse than any other animal species or any other plant species. It really boggles my mind that some people actually believe that and think that. Like, to me, it's such an intrinsic truth that it's really hard to empathize with that way of thinking, for me at least. Like, because that has always been a thing for me, and nobody taught me to think this way. I feel like I was just born thinking this way. But yeah, it's so important. And I noticed that in the lives of those who view themselves as better than nature or above animals or plants or things like that, they tend to be very unhealthy on many different levels, like mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. This is just a pattern that I've seen personally, which just goes to show that, again, living aligned with nature is so important. And it doesn't matter where you come from ancestrally, what continent your ancestors most recently migrated to. I mean, we all link back to Africa. But if you look back to your indigenous ancestors, to whatever continent that was, whether that's North America, South America, Europe, Asia, the Middle East, Australia, Africa, like wherever, your ancestors have roots in indigenous living and worshiping nature. And I feel like those are like golden years for humankind. I feel like when we actually have relationships with the trees, the plants, the rocks in our area where we live, wherever that may be, the quality of life really, really increases. When you start to interact with animals as equals instead of something to be controlled and beneath you, again, it really, really increases your quality of life. I don't know how to describe it, but the people that I've seen who view themselves as extremely separated from nature, they don't get joy, like the same levels of joy from little things like seeing a groundhog or seeing a really cool tree with awesome bark and seeing ancient growth. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of nature in this month ahead for you, Virgo, so very beautiful. We have the Four of Swords coming out in reverse, taking it slower, taking it easy. This is a wisdom that I think nature is trying to teach you at this time. You know, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to see certain results and perform. And of course, you know, keep taking actions towards your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, but don't take action that is pressure driven or hateful driven. Like, oh, I have to get my life together or else, you know, because I'm a scumbag, like, because I suck. Like, no. Because when you're coming from that place, you're not going to see results. If you're allowing yourself time to rest, relax, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and take your time with it, I feel like you're going to see a lot more results and a lot quicker results. And the Four of Swords in reverse really shows the need to let yourself live a balanced life in that way. We have the Three of Wands coming out in reverse. Yeah, see, I keep coming back to this theme, this energy of like just wanting a certain outcome already. A lot of self-pressure I've been feeling from Virgo for months now. Wanting to achieve some sort of outcome. And I feel like a lot of Virgos at this time are like could be searching for jobs or searching for like a place to live or trying to save up a certain amount of money or pay off a certain debt. You know, it feels very ambitious driven, but not in a way where you're enjoying the journey. And I feel like that's what is wanting to change in August. The ability to enjoy the journey while you take action. Nine of Pentacles. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is this feeling of being very pleased with what you have. Having the resources in your life to enjoy things beyond just the necessities and survival. Okay, even if you're not pleased with the amount of money you're making, for example, or the amount of health that you have for yourself, for example, you can still enjoy things that aren't just the bare minimum necessity, somehow, some way. You know, for example, if you can go out and enjoy a nice restaurant, if you can enjoy some sort of travel, if you can enjoy, you know, fill in the blank, technology, books, whatever, like these are all pleasures that are beyond survival, beyond necessary. And I see you gaining more and more attention to what you don't, or to what you do have, as opposed to what you don't have, which I think is incredible because this is exactly what you need right now. You know, if I could put this in simple terms that would probably anger you, it would be just be more grateful. But really, this is you adapting the abundance mindset, which is paying attention to what you do have as opposed to what you don't have. And even though there are goals that you have in mind that you don't currently have access to, there are actions that you can currently take in the present moment that can bring you closer to that. There are present moment people for you to connect with, things for you to enjoy, ideas for you to take action on. And when you focus on those present moment things, that is what puts you into an abundance mindset and into the flow of abundance. And that is how you get out of this sort of rut that you might be feeling like you're in, where you're just waiting for something to take off, waiting for some sort of dream to take off or goal to take off. But I see you enjoying your hobbies, your friendships, and what you do have a lot more. And also with the Nine of Pentacles, taking action on those goals and those dreams. So I like the shift. I like how things are sort of shaping up here. We have the Five of Swords coming out in reverse. For some reason, I'm reading this as there could be someone who just might not be interested or seemingly like interested in connecting with you anymore. You might notice their communication drop off, or they are starting to like lack putting effort into the connection or friendship that you have with them. These things happen, you know, friendships come and go, people come and go, and I feel like this always comes up in someone's reading every time I do readings, so you might notice some of that this month, and that's fine, you know. Don't hold on to people who are seemingly like not in alignment anymore with you. We have the Queen of Wands coming out, beautiful, warmth. I'm seeing travel for a lot of you as well. But the Queen of Wands to me, though this could show a fire sign, feminine fire sign in your life, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they don't have to be a fire sign, but they're very loving towards you, accepting of you, excited to see you, excited to connect and talk with you. So someone of significance may be coming through this month. Absolutely. Or you may be visiting them. They might be visiting you. And it feels very warm. Like you are very natural when it comes to conversating with them and seeing where things go. Stunning. And then we have the Page of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Yeah, and this goes back to that feeling of like, where is the commitment? Where is the result? Where is the value that I've been waiting for? Keep working hard, guys, while giving yourself time to rest. I feel we have good omens here. We have the rainbow spirit and energy coming out for you, and I feel like you're already on a road that will lead you to success. But the message here is that you have to be kinder to yourself on this road. You have to really keep yourself in the present moment and not let yourself get overly anxious about what you don't have yet or what you used to have in the past that's now walking away from you. You know, present moment thinking is really, really going to be key, like critical for you this month if you want to feel at peace. And I feel like that's why the Four of Swords came out in reverse, because it's asking you to stop the overthinking and get more into that present moment. If you don't like meditation, one thing that I like to ask myself multiple times a day is, what can I do right now? Like, what action can I take right now that keeps me in a state of abundance? For example, when I had absolutely nothing, when I was in deep poverty, all of my friends left me. I literally felt like I had nothing. what I failed to see at that time was there was a ton of prosperity and abundance in my life. I just wasn't looking in the right places. I kept looking at my lack of friendships and I'm like, I have nothing. I kept looking at my lack of money and I was like, I have nothing. But I had a huge abundance of ideas in my head, business ideas, creative ideas that I wanted to take action on, that I wasn't allowing myself to focus on because I was so focused on what I didn't have and making myself suffer from what I didn't have, basically. I had so many books on my shelf that needed reading. I had so many blank canvases and paper and paint and markers and things like that that were just asking to be used. So there was abundance in my life. So many plants that were ready to be propagated. So much abundance in my life that I was failing to see. But once I shifted my focus and I was like, you know what? I just started getting sick of it, honestly. I was just tired of feeling the lack. Tired of not having. So I said, F it. Like, if I'm going to be broke and friendless, that's fine. That's fine, because I'm just so sick and tired of being sick and tired of it. And weirdly enough, that's when I like shifted gears and actually started focusing on what I did have and enjoying things. It's like, okay, I'll be broke, but you know, I'm going to paint. I'll be broke, but I'm going to read these books. I'm going to be broke, but I'm going to take action on all of these ideas in my head. And ironically, that's when things started popping off for me. So it goes to show being in the present moment and seeing what you currently have, the abundance that you currently have, is like the best way forward. And I see the universe gently pushing you into that mindset this month. Very beautiful. And nature will help you do this. Absolutely. You know, I might be broke. I might be friendless. I might be unhealthy. I might be fill in the blank. But man, these butterflies are awesome. These flowers are so pretty. This water is so clear. Even if you're not close to nature, like there's nature all around you. You know, I might be dumb, broke, whatever. But man, look at this architecture. Look at all the people going about living their life. Look at this beautiful smoothie. Oh man, it's such a great mindset to be in. And anyone can be in it. It doesn't matter how much you have or don't have. It doesn't matter if you're homeless. It doesn't matter if you are in a wheelchair. It doesn't matter if you are loveless. Anyone can be in this mindset. Because it's a mindset that comes from within. It's not something that's gained on the outside. And a lot of people falsely chase these goals and these dreams with this subconscious belief that once they reach these goals, these dreams, they'll be happy. When in reality, that happiness is always found within you, no matter where you're at on the journey. And I feel like this is all stuff we hear so often, but until it like really hits you in the core of your being, your bones, you know, it just doesn't hit at all. So I don't know, you'll feel it when you feel it, but I feel like a lot of you may be having this sort of peaceful revolution that's happening to you this month. And as this peaceful revolution happens within you, it makes the journey towards your goals a lot more enjoyable. So, beautiful month. Very philosophical month. Okay, definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this month ahead, because there's certainly more to it than just this. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you have not already. Doing all of these things helps the channel out tremendously, so I appreciate everyone who does it. And if you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there. If you want to leave a donation to the channel, it is so appreciated. All donations go back into the channel in the form of editing software, equipment that I need to film, tarot cards, things like that. I always like to add value to the channel with the donations. So thank you all for that, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.